G'day folks, Lord Reags with you once again. I thought I'd try out some pies with a difference. On a little bit of a health kick for obvious reasons with this pandemic and the self-isolating when we have to for the quarantine purposes. Not that I've had to quarantine, but I've done it voluntarily earlier this year, just out of consideration for one's fellow man and female. Thought I'd try out these pies that don't have any meat in them. They're called foreign, hang on, what are they called? 4 and 20 pies, but they're plant-based, not meat-based. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little review. I've tasted them. They're pretty tasty, but when you cut them open for the first time, I noticed that there's a peculiar smell, and it's like, it's not exactly a plasticky smell, but it just, I can't put my finger on it, what it is. But in having a taste, it's not bad, but I do tend to get these little things. There's lots of these little bitey things that are very, like gristle or something, and if they don't put meat in them, I don't know where the gristle or whatever it is can come from. There's lots of these little things I found. In the last one I had, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the one pie, and you can't chew them. You can't bite through them. So they're not rocks. But listen to this, quite heavy. And if this is a plant-based pie, I'm just letting you know, be prepared for some little surprises in it. Overall, I think if you're on a fitness kick, by all means, give them a go. They're called 4 and 20 pies. But they're meat-free pies by the Australian company 4 and 20. Hang on, let me triple check that they're Australian. Because as you know, Lord Reags of Oz wouldn't have anything that was made overseas. Not if he could help it anyway. Let's see. Stand by. Oh, well, Jan 22, that's pretty good. That's a fair way off. So I'm 2 years ahead of the game there. Where are they made? Keep frozen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Where's it say where it's made? Stand by. 4and20.com.au, that sounds good. Made in Australia from at least 85% Australian ingredients. So that's pretty good. I'll allow that. It says delicious plant-based filling wrapped in golden flaky pastry. Well, it's a pastry that gives Lord Reags his little portly belly. I only have, how many pies a week do I have? I'll probably have 4 a week. But I just got to walk more. I've got to walk around the block a lot more. And I did have a push bike, incidentally, a few years ago. And when I came back from the UK, some bastard had pinched it. So my old Melbourne Star from 1975 had been pinched, and it's the only time there's been a robbery in the Upper Hunter in Lower New England at Elveston. But anyway, I'm going to finish this pie. I'll have another taste and let you know what I think. You always got to keep your mouth closed when you're eating. It's very rude to talk while your mouth is full, so don't ever do that. Oops. No little chunky bits yet. Maybe I just got a bad batch. So far, so good. That tasted all right. So if you're concerned about your meat intake, try these meat-free pies by 4 and 20. That was good. It tasted all right, actually. Plant-based pies. Ingredients: water, wheat, flour, plant protein mince. Plant protein mince. 10%. It's got 1,480 kilojoules of energy, 12 grams protein, 15 grams fat, 7 grams saturated fat, 43 grams carbo, 2.1 grams sugars, 850 micrograms sodium. They're not paying me at all. I do this for free. I do it as a service. So if you've got an Australian-made product, send it along to Lord Reags and I'll try it out. If you've got a new beer on the market, I'll try them out. Been quite a few good ones actually in recent years that have kicked off in the Hunter Valley of Australia. One in particular that is going very well is Great Northern. So look that one up. Or try it at your local club or pub next time you're out and about, keeping a metre and a half away from the drinker next to you, and make sure you sit down. That was good. This particular pie, no problems, 100% so far. It's just that previous pie got all these little chunky bits fallen that were damn near chipping my tooth. It felt like cartilage, like I couldn't bite through it. The plant-based material they've got inside the pie, it reminds me a little bit of liver, chopped liver, which is pretty good. This means we don't have to kill so many cows or chickens. So if you want to raise chickens and cows as pets or sheep as pets, you could do that. And they wouldn't breed quite so many for the abattoirs, which means there'd be less wind breaking around the earth, which means less methane going into the atmosphere, which means climate change would be slowed down somewhat, all because Lord Reags told you about 4 and 20 pies, the meat-free versions made here in Australia. That was all right. Last time I did a video, me eating a pie, I was on the Manly ferry, leaving Circular Quay. Well, that pie tasted good that day too. I remember that day vividly. I was actually quite hungry when I filmed that. I've got little aniseeds on top of the pie too, and they do give a nice little taste. Trouble is they can get stuck in your teeth and you'll need a toothpick after one of these pies. Sometimes I add some black pepper, not tomato sauce, but I would suggest that you consider a little bit of cheese if you're not worried about your weight, not too much. But if you do want to indulge, maybe some oregano, or as I like to say, oregano, brings back memories. And some of that smoky paprika, that can give it a real nice kick. Anyway, this is Lord Reags of Oz, over and out. 420. Finger licking good.